Psychedelic Eyeball takes us home for the end of the game.
Overcome! Ryu finally reached the enemy's home territory. Ryu talked to himself. So, this is the Castle of Darkness. The Castle of Darkness was shrouded in a black, mysterious aura, and the mysterious aura seemed to drag everything toward the highest section of the central castle tower. Ryu had a plan of action. The Shogun must be in there. Maybe the Bushido is also there.
So now that we finally made it to the Castle of Darkness, I don't know how long that actually took. In real time, I guess. It might take a while after going through, the icebergs, the volcanoes, the caves. Keeps going. We get to scale the Castle of Darkness, which is oddly hard to do for some reason, because right here, you have to precisely jump and kick off the wall and kick the top, but for some reason, you have to be high enough that your sprite will actually connect. Otherwise, you'll just slide off the wall like I've been doing for the past minute. Really irritating. I don't know why it's so friggin' finicky. But, do it now. Do it now. Wow, this is useless. Thank you! See, it's just because his hand had to touch the bottom. It's just the way they designed the sprite. It's just really annoying. There's really two major sections of this level you're going to have to worry about when you're going through a playthrough of this. The first one will be coming up here in a bit, and thanks to the fact that I still have the fire wheel from the last level, it's going to be a piece of cake. And the other one is just much later. Also, fire wheel helps there. Now, this is a wind tunnel, basically. See those green tiles in the background? Wind does not affect you when you're behind those, or in front of those. However, when there's no tiles, you're being pushed back. Also, you have to go through a set path because of the red, I guess you call them flame beams, I don't know what you want to call them exactly. Either way, you can't pass through them normally, they do damage. Unless you have the fire wheels, then you can just abuse it and run through like I just did. Thank you and good night. That would usually take a while. So the game decides we've been having it too easy and that we've just been able to walk through for the most part. So how about throwing in repeatedly showing up spikes? I hear that's all the rave with all the kids, huh? This will kind of remind you of level 4 in Ninja Gaiden 3, but on a much more larger and annoying scale because they added in disappearing platforms. And I don't know why I didn't even try to hit that item. And then there's, that, which is even more irritating. Basically, the walls, they stick on the sides of the walls, and it's fun! The only good thing about it is that it does 1 damage instead of the 6 that it does in Ninja Gaiden 3. The funny thing is, for a later level in the game, actually this is kinda easier compared to, say, the last 2 levels. The last 2 levels have all those really annoying pits you can instantly fall in and die, and while these do, they just kinda give you ground cover with spikes. Oh no, not 1 damage. Who knows? I might not find a healing item, except this game is pretty carefree with the healing items, so I guess I don't really have a problem at all. Huzzah! Yeah, like, this, seriously, after the hassle that I actually had with the last 2 levels, and actually, like, dying, this level is just a piece of cake. It's just an annoying piece of cake, like, chocolate covered in dirt. You basically have to wait around and hope for the best. You have to be patient, which really, really bites when you like to just cruise through it. Because you're thinking, okay, I've got plenty of health, they're only doing like minimal damage, you've got no problem at all, just move on, ignore it all, it'll go away. It doesn't. It never goes away. It's annoying. Screen explosion! And now the third part, because they felt like making this level even longer than it already has been, is, a good idea. Adds gameplay! Let's dodge more spikes and those fireballs that kept knocking us into pits in the last level. Why not? It'll be fun! Fun for the whole family! No, it's not. Good thing it's still easy, at least. Well, it was annoying they cover up like a mile of gameplay by having you jump through these stupid spikes. And then there's these flames that take 2 hits, and you're just getting completely destroyed, and I can't use my bomb anymore, and it just keeps piling up. Hey, but hey, there's health. It's okay. Let's keep moving. As long as we don't fall in the pit! I'm okay. I'm okay. Let's keep going. Alright, now for the longest and most annoying room in this level. And probably the game, I guess, in that way. here we have spike walls again, but they're a little bit more toned down. But here's the kicker right here. Basically, let's say goodbye to the ground. You have disappearing platforms that are in sections of 2, and spiked floors, so with pits everywhere, so you've got a very good chance of falling to your death. You also got a minimal chance of actually surviving, which is fortuitous when it happens, and it's very nice when it does, but let's just not have to play with blind luck, huh? That'd be nice. Oh wow, I'm done. And now it's time for the boss, who is a Kabuki Quantum Fighter, much like the one from that Nintendo game. It's a pretty good game. Nice and hard, nice challenge. Try it out if you have the time. It's basically about a Kabuki guy, or a guy who becomes, what is the plot again? He jumps into a computer to stop a virus, and his form inside the computer is a Kabuki dancer fighter. Either way, yeah, it's better than fighting this boss, whose attacks are shooting his head and shooting random floating shurikens, which seem to lock on for some reason. But he's dead, but I didn't screen explode, so I'm disappointed in myself.
Ryu ran up to the central tower. An artifact was standing in front of him. There it is, the Bushido. Just when Ryu reached out to grab it, the geisha came out of nowhere and issued a warning. Ryu, look out! What? By the time Ryu turned around, the sword was about to descend on his head. He tried to dodge the blow, but he was not fast enough. The sword cut deeply into his left shoulder. The Shogun of Darkness introduced himself. I'll give you credit for coming this far, but you and this girl are going to die right here. Ryu tried to defend himself weakly. You are the Shogun. And thus, a decisive battle is about to start.